to the Gaspesian Good Life Project. This is a place to learn, discover, participate, experience, enjoy, and meet some really interesting people. And this morning, on this beautiful day of July, I am really looking forward to chatting with Monique Kadowaki. She was born and raised in Montreal, and she says she's a happy 64-year-old woman who has been retired for 10 years and enjoyed sewing enough to have had a home-based shop for a while, dabbled with knitting at first, but really got into it when she retired. She teaches and blogs at La Malerie Boutique in Laval, and she's here on the Gaspé Coast vacationing with her partner, and I think he's doing a little bit of fishing. And so welcome, Monique. I'm so glad. I can see that you're in a beautiful spot. Apparently, you're sitting there overlooking the Cascapedia River. Is that right?
That is exactly right. I'm at Jack and Gloria Harrison's place. Wonderful people, wonderful place. The Gaspé Coast is to die for. It's paradise, nothing less. And I'm being introduced this year to salmon fishing.
Wow.
Besides knitting, I'm being introduced to salmon fishing. So that's added bonus.
Well, that's another thing that I certainly enjoy as well.
Monique, there you go. Yes.
So can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've always enjoyed doing things with my hands. Sewed a lot, designed a little, got fed up with sewing, but I still dabble with it from time to time. But now knitting is my number one activity, passion. You know, when I leave on trips, I pack yarn before packing clothes. So it's a confirmation, if that's your case anyway, it's a confirmation that you are a very passionate knitter, right? And we're on vacation, of course, on the coast to house shop. We're trying to establish ourselves permanently on the Gaspé Coast. And of course, the yarn will follow with maybe blogs, probably teaching, certainly very much knitting, and I'd like to share that with people that are passionate about it also. So discovered nice shops, dont celle de Go Tricot. Gabrielle, merci, c'est un grand plaisir. So I bought yarn already. Like, I need yarn, right? I don't need yarn, but I bought some sock yarn and went back for another gauge of sock yarn that was intended for probably weavers, but right mix for knitting socks on a heavier gauge. So there you go. And knitting retreat would be the best in the West, you know, or the best in the East, I should say.
Yeah.
That would be a dream come true. Well, you know, staying in the Gaspé is a dream come true. So adding on to that, knitting retreats and knitting classes and workshops would be, boom, very nice. And like I say, I've been knitting forever. I'm 64. So I learned how to knit. I was 8 or 9. My mother registered me into a class in the basement of a church. So I'm that age, you know. Le sous-sol d'église, on connaît ça.
Oh, yeah.
And Mrs. D showed me how to knit. And the first thing I made was a handbag in knit 4, purl 4, and the other way around. And it was a nice little handbag. And Mom had some upholstery fabric, and she lined it all up in the brocart setting. I was damn proud of that first piece. And I put it away for a while and picked up crochet because it was faster. But I got fed up with crochet. Like a lot of people, well, I settled down, I had a family, didn't have that much time to knit or sew, but stayed connected. But when I retired, oh boy, plenty of time. And I'm around, you know, I've been retired for 10 years and I'm 64, so I've had a lot of time on my hands, and I develop stuff, and I teach in Laval, and I have a blog in Laval with the yarn shop, La Malerie, and I'm dabbling with designing now, so that's another aspect of that I like to, you know, I can't get bored, so I have to move on, and you know, and knitting is a gradual thing, eh? You learn step by step, and it brings you somewhere else. the repetitive movement is like meditation, the new yoga, right?
It is.
And that's why I picked up salmon fishing. Casting constantly is the same thing as knitting, right? So I'm enjoying this tremendously. And Mario, my partner, has been so generous in taking me and showing me the ropes everywhere on the Petite and the Grand Cascapedia. So we have a little water waiting for us in August in the Bonaventure. But like I say, I'm in paradise. What could you want? Can't ask for more. It's perfect. And sharing this, even better, you know?
You have the best of both worlds.
Oh, madame, certainement. Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely. You know? So
Wow.
we find something. And
So you were saying there's a lot of benefits to knitting.
oh,
I know because I love knitting myself. So
yeah. Knitting is the repetitive movement is sort of brings you into meditation. You're in the present, in the moment. There's nothing going on yesterday and nothing you can change and nothing's going on tomorrow. You are here and now, and keeps your brain sharp, you know, because both hemispheres are working, because you're reading a pattern and you're knitting, not the same hemispheres are solicited. So it keeps your brain sharp and on. And like I say, hey, blood pressure is low and life is good. That's where it brings you. So, and you know, when you're a little off, your knitting changes. So your tempo changes, right? So it brings you down. And you know, you stay connected to yourself. That's the main idea.
knitting, yeah, is good. I bet you did a lot of knitting there during this surreal time that we just experienced.
Oh my God. I think, well, it was easy having a pair of socks in my bag all the time. So I knitted socks. I think I'm going to be ready for this Christmas because I give to my nephew and nieces a pair of socks yearly. It's in the Bas de Noël, you know, and and I think they like it. So I will keep on doing until they tell me, enough, Auntie, we don't want any socks anymore. So, you know, I will. And like I said, I'm dabbling with the designing, and that's another ball game, right? A lot of math. So people who don't like math, like I did, I think it's an opportunity to reconcile yourself with math in a fun way. So, and it's a nice un défi, a nice challenge. There you go. Why not? And you're dabbling with colors, you know. Hey, worst comes to worst, you rip it out and you start over, and that's it. Nobody dies, and nothing's bleeding, right?
So, Monique, do you think that everybody can learn how to knit, or anybody can learn?
Yes, I believe. I'm an adamant. I believe really that anybody and everybody can learn how to knit. You just have to master the basic stitches, and after that, you're set. It's a gradual thing. You can't expect to make, I don't know, to do color work if you've only knitted 3 squares of a garter stitch and a stockinette stitch. You know, you have to practice, and practice makes perfect. So, but anybody and everybody can knit, absolutely, boys and girls.
And what is your favorite thing to knit?
Socks. Socks. Socks, because, you know, I don't have that much time because I was teaching a lot, and I was still working a little part-time work at the Cégep I used to work for. But it didn't leave me that much time. But socks are, you know, you know when you start, you know when it's going to finish. And that's probably my favorite thing. Yeah, that's probably my favorite thing. But I enjoy double knitting. I enjoy, in fact, anything that is related to needles, fiber, and a project. I'm good, you know. I'll try anything. It has to work, so I make it work.
And so if somebody was just starting out knitting, what do you think that would be the easiest project? Because some of the people listening to this are not going to start out with a pair of socks, because you know that old thing, turning the heel. I remember my mother, she knit many pairs of socks, and I can still hear her saying that she did not like turning the heel. So
Right.
if somebody was starting out knitting,
Okay.
like what would be the easiest project that they could do?
Obviously, the most easiest project is a scarf because it's repetitive, you know, and it makes you integrate the techniques and the tension and how to hold the needles and all that. But I find 48 inches of a garter stitch, although it's beautiful once it's done, is boring, you know. So I would suggest a scarf, but in a Gansey or Guernsey stitch, you know how to do purl. You know how to do knit. You know how to purl. You know how to cast on and cast off. That's the only thing you need to know, and you just follow here and there, like you can do I don't know, knit 4, purl 4 for 4 rows, and then you change, and it gives variety. It gives, you know, maintains interest. There are, I got a pattern for you guys if you're in, if you look, if you let me, I'll send you the information. All right, maybe you can post it.
Yeah.
And the only thing you need, basic skills: knit, purl, cast on, cast off. That's it. That is it. And like I say, it's not as, if you're going to do 48 inches of it, might as well be fun, you know. So because I wouldn't want to do a 48-inch garter stitch scarf. I want something. I want variety. I want movement. I want, you know. So that would be the best, I guess.
Okay, here's the question, because yeah, it's all about having fun, because I think that's one of the things of knitting. Yes, when growing up, we know that our grandparent, mother, or whatever, they knit for the practicality. They
Absolutely
to knit the mittens and knit the scarves and the socks and that kind of stuff. That's not so much anymore. We now knit. Yes, it's very practical, and if you go somewhere and you see somebody with a hand knit item, it turns your head. I remember going somewhere and a hand knit scarf, and it was knit with all these wonderful colors, I think, of leftover yarn, and it turned, like, I had to ask, did you knit that? So we appreciate it now, and knitting has become a fun thing. It's very fashionable. The fashion, like you were saying, you're designing. You must be designing for Ravelry.
I haven't gone to Ravelry yet because I want to have my patterns tested, because that's, having a good pattern is the key, you know. But that Ravelry is one of the I guess sites you can put your designs on. You can have a personal page. You can do it. You can do it through Facebook. You can do it anywhere. You know, being 64, I still want to maintain. So I don't want to work really. I want to work hard, but not that hard. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Because again, like I say, it's not like a necessity.
No,
but it is, and it's enjoyable, and the outcome is very, because there's nothing, you cannot buy a pair of mitts, because I knit mitts, and you cannot buy a pair of mitts that are warmer than hand knit wool mitts.
right.
That you can't. There's no synthetic fiber that measures up to real wool.
I agree.
You
Absolutely.
know, and it's the same goes for socks. They're you know, years and years ago, again, when you would get something hand knit, like, again, say when we were younger, then you would kind of go, it's not as good as a bought item.
Pointed as kids anyway. You know?
But now,
right.
now when you get something hand knit, you kind of go, whoa, like, I really appreciate this, because there's time and love and consideration, and it's just good quality.
Yes. And that's the first year I gave. I remember the first year I gave my nephew and niece's socks. I put in a little card, and they all had the same message. And I told them, for 20 hours, you were my main preoccupation. You know.
Wow.
Merry Christmas. And I did. It's a labor of love, actually.
Yeah, it is.
You knit for people. You don't knit commercially. You have a machine. I have that too, but not to that yet. And that's another thing. I have to learn how to work my machines, you know. So, but I still have a lot of pleasure. You know, I have great pleasure in still knitting, hand knitting. It's, I don't know, it's soothing. We can put it that way. It's soothing, you know.
It's just a good thing, Monique.
There you go.
If we sum it up, knitting is just good for the soul, as they say.
Good for the soul. Yeah. Yeah. Good for the body too.
Yeah, definitely. Because we have to make trips to the yarn store. Monique, I hope that you do find your way to settling on the Gaspé coast. I hope that there will be such a thing as knitting retreats. I do hope that you someday have a place where we as knitters can go sit around and you have like knitting lessons and a place for us to join. And you know, because one thing about knitters, we are gatherers, we are
oh yeah.
and we do, like you were saying earlier, we do like to talk and share and share our excitement. And playing with colors with somebody else who enjoys the same passion is just wonderful.
The gift.
It is a gift. And I think in life, sometimes life is much too serious. And I think that knitting is a little bit of a getaway.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's happiness, it's relaxing.
Oh, I got my bikes here. Yeah.
Okay. I know you're in a busy place and I know you have to get going. Monique, I'm going to put up the link for your La Mailerie, and maybe people can find you on Facebook as well, because I'm sure many want to know more about you.
Thank you so much.
It was a total pleasure speaking with you and meeting you, because we've just met. We had a phone call on Sunday and it led to this. And I hope that we get to actually meet in person before you leave to go back to Laval.
Avec grand plaisir, yes.
Yeah. And enjoy the rest of your vacation. Happy knitting.
Same to you, yes.
And
thank you.
I say, it was a pleasure meeting you. And
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. And for everybody else out there, I hope that you enjoyed meeting Monique. I certainly did, and I'm going to look forward to seeing her again. And until next time, let's all find a way to be well here at home on the Gaspé Coast. We're so fortunate to be here. So until next time, take care. Bye for now. Bye, Monique.
Bye.